Visualize failure. Sounds like strange advice coming from a business coach, right? Well, years ago, I had the good fortune of meeting Chris Hadfield, the former commander of this International Space Station. He and I were both backstage at an event, and he was giving me a bit of a hard time. And he said, you business coach types, you're always telling people to visualize success. Because, in my business, we have to visualize failure, because if we don't and we're not prepared for it, then people die or disaster strikes. And I thought that was a really interesting observation. And it was consistent with some of the processes I've had with clients in the past. There's something called red teaming, or some people call it black hatting. And the idea of it is you have a group of people who come into a project plan or to an initiative that you're thinking of with the mandate to find ways that it's going to fail. And when you do that, you can then identify the weaknesses in something, and then you can sort of overcome them. And the reason it's so necessary is because we all fall in love with our ideas. And if you're in love with your own idea, you're going to not see the danger signs. You're going to start rationalizing it and justifying what you're going to do. Whereas if you bring in some objective third parties, and they start poking holes at things, you're going to wind up making it better. I introduced this idea to a client years ago, and actually in the meeting, they went, there's a project planning meeting going on right next door. They actually jumped up from our meeting, ran over there and said, come up with 7 ways this plan is going to fail. Their team thought they were nuts, but guess what happened? They actually found 7 ways that the thing could fail, and they made their plan better. I had a meeting with a client this morning who's got a couple of really cool new business initiatives. So we're going to be introducing this into the process to make sure that we're covering things off. That we're not just falling in love with the idea, but really surfacing the potential dangers. And when you do that, you're going to wind up with greater confidence. You're increasing the chances that your project is going to succeed, and you're involving other people in the creative process. So try it. Have a red team or put on the black hat and see if you can find ways things are going to fail. And that way you'll be able to make them succeed.